Hi everyone, welcome to the Binge On Life podcast. I am your host Ragesh Raj. Wishing everyone a glorious day. If you are listening to my podcast for the first time, I welcome you all once again. If you loved the podcast, it would be great if you could follow me on Spotify. Please do check out my other podcast also. Today, we are at the final episode on the fear of being judged and social anxiety disorder. That marks to the end of third season. If you haven't listened to my previous podcast, which were the continuation on the topic, please do listen to them so that you will get a better picture of the topic. So, in the last episode, I was podcasting on the methods on how you can cope with social anxiety disorder. Many have a temporary way which they feel it is of forgetting bad memories, dealing regrets and their past, or the fear of facing someone or being isolated with the help of alcohol. Here, I am speaking on alcohol majorly, but there do exist other substances that can make you believe that it reduces anxiety and fears for a short time. But in general, they do not do so. In time, anxiety worsens and they can lead to dependency on them, which drastically affects your physical and mental health. So, I would take the liberty in this podcast to advise my listeners not to go for alcohol, especially when you are really low. You can consult for a mental health expert or a psychologist who you can speak about what you feel. When you mostly understand your core problems, or when you are clearly able to define what you really feel, there begins a great change and solutions that you are searching for. I recall one of my personal incident that happened very recently. Constant comparisons happen around me most of the time. Might be by the people around me, my family members, or my relatives, or neighbors, etc. etc. When we reach a certain age, say 25 to 30 years, there can be a lot of pressures around us who keeps on asking, haven't you got a job? Or how much are your earnings? When are you getting married? When are you getting settled? Such kind of questions may seem very challenging when we are struggling through a lot of things. Some we might feel like answering in a polite way, some we hardly can. Even if we have a concrete answer to all these questions we face, but at a time they search for some mistake purposefully to trigger us. Starting to comment on our body, like, if you are thin like this, why are you thin like this? Or aren't you eating something? If you become fat, they ask, why are you becoming so fat? Stop eating junk. If you have acne or scars on your face, they comment on that also. One or the other, they purposefully poke into our lives to criticize us. And that might very badly disturb us, challenge our self-confidence, make us anxious, feeling bad about ourselves. I sometimes think, what happiness do they get by criticizing us? Why don't they choose to support us during the struggler times rather than just criticizing us? Maybe they don't mean to criticize you so much, but the way they comment on us makes us feel so. So, the thing you need to understand here is, take a look at the people who criticize you. They might be mostly the ones who are not even capable of doing what you are. Maybe uneducated, or even not possible to give respect and think of what others might feel when they are commenting on you. The people who struggled and came forward always give respect to the ones who are struggling. They might have a much more wider and broader thoughts. They try to give us real life methods to deal things which they have employed in their life. In simple, sharing their experience as an expert, that's what they do. So always try to take advices or even criticisms from people who you feel like are worth to listening to. The rest all don't even bother. They are always below you, the ones who are pulling your legs. So we must learn to kill them with your success and bury them with your smile. Never let their opinion dim the igniting fire inside you that is waiting for you to become the best version of you. As it is always said, the best way to solve your problems is to face them. Don't let your dream go down and try to impress anyone. On the next season, I'll be podcasting on another topic. Until I come up with another episode, take care of your mental health.